Welcome back, folks. It's Jonathan Denwood here from WP-Tonic. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about you've looked at TutorLMS as your membership learning management plugin, but you're looking at the best hosting solution so you can get the most power and the best experience. At WP-Tonic, we've got a load of experience with TutorLMS, and I'm going to be sharing it with you. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. So you're looking at Tutor LMS. You've chosen it as your solution. It's a great choice, folks. And you're looking at the best hosting solutions, and you've done some research and you've just got a bit more confused because there's so many options and so much advice. At WP Tonic, we've got a ton of experience with Tutor LMS and with hosting LMSs in general. So first of all, really cheap hosting isn't probably going to work. And what I mean by real cheaping, anything between $5 to $15 a month, it, in my experience, you're going to hit problems really quick. A more realistic price point is anything starting off between 20 and 30. And if you get any students, you're probably going to be looking at anything between $30 to $50. LMS, and that's what Tutor um, is needs more powerful hosting. Now, there's particular reasons for this because for your normal brochure marketing website for a small business or medium-sized business, um, at anything between 20 and $30 is going to work fine for them because there's going to be a technology called caching, and there's nothing wrong with caching for your front facing pages. It's a technology utilized. There's different types of caching, and it's utilized extensively in hosting. But when it comes to people actually logging in, actually your students, your subscribers, they're going to be logging in. You want to remove caching as much as possible for those that are actually logged in. And because caching is not being utilized, you need much more powerful hosting. Now, depending on the kind of interaction back and forth that the student is having with your platform and with Tutor LMS, I doing quizzes, watching videos, in discussions with other students, the amount of back and forth from the website, from the database, that is some of the most demanding kind of usage that a hosting provider will face. It's actually much more demanding than e-commerce. It is the most demanding. That's why something can lift a, I'm sorry, that's another one, but Tutor LMS, it will work fine. And this applies to it, not only to Tutor, but any of the leading learning management system plugins out there. It will work perfectly fine when you are just building your membership website out. And when you're doing some initial testing, you might couple dummy accounts, everything's going to be perfect. But as soon as you get 10, 20 students in and you've gone with this cheaper type of hosting, you're going to hit a brick wall really quickly. And it's going to be very unpleasant experience, folks. And your students aren't going to have a great experience. And one of the leading things is around this caching or the lack of caching when people logged in. Another factor you got to understand is that you want to be fussy about the other plugins that you are going to utilize on this build out. We provide the best at WP Tonic as part of our hosting packages, but other hosting they don't. And you have to go out, and people tend to buy a lot of plugins, free or premier, and they put them in. Overdoing the amount of plugins will slow, no matter how good your hosting is, it will slow your website if you take it too far. And also, a lot of people put in kind of caching plugins and they're not aware that there's an element of a plugin that's actually caching. So you could have the circumstance that a person doesn't think they've got any caching, but they've actually got three competing plugins doing some kind of caching work on the website, and that can produce a real mess quickly. So do be fussy and seek out advice, and choose your plugin stack, and don't go, be conservative in this area. Now, with the right choices, you can have a superb experience. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to ownership, value for money, and performance, you can't beat WordPress. With TutorLMS, you've got a really great choice there as your LMS plugin, and with the right hosting and with some of the other right plugins to make a real great website, especially when it comes to page builders. I would go Gutenberg either with Cadence, WP, or Generate Press. I think if you go that route, you're going to have a great experience. I've gone into all this in a lot more detail in an article. You'll find the link to that article in the video description. If you found this video useful, think about subscribing to the WP-Tonic YouTube channel. That really does help me, and I'm making more of these videos every week. So if you subscribe, I can hardly talk, folks. If you subscribe, you're going to be told when I make the next video. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.